A lot of you are not gonna like it, but you don't need a new job. You need to rediscover your true identity that allows you to live a more exciting and meaningful life, regardless of whatever job you do. See, if you're anything like me, you probably already have a highly reputed job. You make maybe six figure or somewhere a little bit less or more than that. And you have reached the pinnacle of what you hoped your life would look like in order to be happy when you were a kid. Maybe you went to a university, you did your degree, and then you eventually found a job and you worked your way up the corporate ladder. And despite doing all that, you are standing at the crossroads where maybe you are in your mid 30s and you're asking yourself if this is all there is to life. You have a steady paycheck, maybe you go to vacations once or twice a year or three times, and you probably go to the gym, and you have all these activities or hobbies that you are indulging in to live a perfect and wholesome life on paper. And despite doing all that, you're still noticing a little bit of a disconnect. You're still waking up with Monday blues. You are still not really finding a lot of motivation to go through your day or leave your bed. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you have probably tried already therapy. You have tried meditation. You have maybe a love-hate relationship with meditation. You have tried journaling. You have tried going to subreddits and reading a lot of questions or forums on how to find your purpose or meaning in life. And I hear you because I was exactly in the same spot as you are. And I was able to go from that to now really being genuinely happy when I wake up, having a life I look forward to every single day, enjoy hiking, going to the gym. I have like photography practice on the side, despite having a tech job where I work 9 to 5. And honestly, I feel pretty content with where I am, and I'm living from a place of alignment. And if I can share something that I've learned within past 5 years of going through the same journey and trying to do things because I thought that that was one way to live a more fulfilling life, and trying to copy things that my friends did. If only I learned to dance, maybe I would become more cool to my friends. And despite trying all those things, I've realized that the only way that you can live a more exciting and fulfilling life that's truly aligned to you is by figuring out what your true identity is. And I learned this when I did my life coaching course. I recently graduated from Goal Imagery, so I'm a certified life executive and career coach now. And while originally I actually wanted to be a career coach because I used to think that a lot of times people, if they found another job, it'll just make them happy. And the more research I did, the more I talked to people, the more I coached the clients that I've worked with already, the same recurring theme that kept on coming up was their dissatisfaction with job was more like a symptom that had nothing to do with the job itself, but living from a place that was so misaligned that they did not have any life outside work, and they had such a big disconnect that once they stopped working, they had no clue who they were. And let me ask you this. If I were to ask you to forget for a moment your job title, what you do for fun, let's say you hike, or you're into dancing, or you're into painting. If I were to tell you that you're not allowed to introduce yourself by these things that you do, how would you introduce yourself? And if you don't have an answer to that, the next thing I want you to ask yourself is, was the reason that you picked up all these hobbies was because you were just trying to fill the void because you did not really know who you were? A lot of times the hobbies that we end up taking on, they are to fill the void that we have in a routine because we don't really know what else it is that is our true calling. And this is where I feel like coaching can be really helpful to people, as it has helped me. I've had a life coach personally for the past 2 years now. And that was also one of the reasons that motivated me to get into this path of finding my own journey and realizing that I really enjoy helping people and I enjoy being of service and I'm very perceptive. So I was always the type of person who was really good at counseling people, counseling my friends unofficially. And when I started taking the life coaching course, I realized that I was one of the better ones in my cohort. And I was like, okay, this is something that I'm really good at. And the reason I found out that I was good at it was because, well, it was my passion. I enjoy seeing what people can achieve if they have the right encouragement and if they have someone asking them the right questions and helping them figure out things on their own. So this is what led me to taking coaching, and honestly, I am so proud of being able to find this. I can tell you that if you can figure out what your true calling is, what your true identity is, you're not going to be focusing on what kind of job you have or what kind of hobbies you have. Anything that you do will be from a place of alignment, and there's no better way than that to be waking up to every single morning and having a life that you're looking forward to, and not a life that you're just dragging yourself and you're just rotting away in your bed and not really having anything to look forward to. So if what I mentioned resonated with you, I really want to invite you to think about not from a place of lack and see what you're lacking and how a new job will make you happy, but I invite you to look inwards and ask yourself, who are you outside your 9 to 5 and what your true identity is. And this is exactly that I have helped a lot of clients in the past all this time as I was working towards getting my certification. So I'm totally qualified to help you figure out what your true identity is. And if you're interested, you can find a link in the description to book a one-on-one discovery call with me, and we can go deep into your personal situation. And if I am even able to help you out, if we are not a good fit, I won't waste your time and I won't waste mine, and we can just conclude the call. And if we are a good fit, then we can look into what working together would look like. If at this point you're not really sure you want to commit to actually getting coached by someone, I really want you to think about what might you lose if you just waste your time just constantly trying to figure everything out yourself, despite knowing that the things that you're working towards are probably not the things that you need or the things that you're going to make you happy. And lastly, I will also leave a link in the description for my free school community, where I share a lot of valuable tips on how you can work on figuring out your true identity. And I do that totally for free because it gives me a lot of joy, because I know that coaching works as it has helped me. So I want to share the tips and everything that I've learned in my course with you absolutely at no cost to you. So you can find the link in the description to join my school community and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.